If you're anything like me, I wasted so much time testing and trying the wrong beauty habits that quite honestly just didn't work. But finally, now at 50 years old, I have found the ones that I will never stop doing. Hello, gorgeous girl. Welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, hi, I'm Tracy. And you know, I just love doing a roundup like this because one of the things that I notice that you always resonate the most with on my channel, which really comes to a surprise to me, is anything that is beauty and wellness related. And so, you know, I do feel like at 50, I have learned a thing or two. So let's, without further ado, dive in to some of these new beauty habits that I've done. And I'm telling you, I really feel like I've kind of perfected it, that are really effective, that save time and just make you look and feel your absolute best. I historically have a lot of neck pain. You know, fun fact, I used to be a dancer, and when I was about 23 years old, they told me that I had arthritis in my neck at 23 years old. And I was like, okay, just stop. So now if anyone's ever like, hey, would you like an x-ray of your spine? I'm like, no, thank you. No, thank you, doctor. I do not. But I want to feel good, right? So the other day I had the worst headache, and I've had this product for some time, and I usually use it more for my back. But my acupressure mat comes with in fact, hang on, let me get it because it's literally right here. My acupressure mat comes with this little pillow. This is a game changer. If you ever have a headache or you have that kind of feeling, that like ache in the back of your neck, and I don't know about you, but I feel like this has become like a new thing. The post 45-year-old me, it's like, I just hold so much tension in my neck, in my shoulders, around my jaw, this like general vicinity. This thing, okay? So it comes with a mat for your whole back, but then you're supposed to put this like a little pillow underneath your head. You just lie down on that. You can just scroll on your phone or read a book, or even better, do no devicing and just rest. Listen to some beautiful music, but I'm telling you, game changer. It just has these spikes and they are sharp to the finger touch, but they don't hurt, and it just feels so good, so relaxing. I kind of feel like doing it right now because it just relieves all those aches and pains. And I had this headache the other day and it was so bad. And I laid on this for about like 20 minutes. I got up and I was like, okay, I'm good. I can go on. So this is just such a wellness beauty hack because nobody looks good when they've got a splitting headache. Okay, this is a beauty hack that has been around for probably thousands of years. And I have not really done it consistently until over the last couple of months. And when I tell you, this is like a facelift. So when you all leave me comments and say like, you had plastic surgery, I'm like, no, I know what I'm doing is working. And one of those things is gua sha, but specifically in the morning. Before I was doing it at night as part of like my nighttime skincare routine. But if you want to get lift and more toning and more circulation and just look more snatched around the jawline, do it in the morning. I also am a teeth grinder, I'm a clencher, and I don't know, I feel like it's getting worse. I just think it's called life is lifing. So I am doing my gua sha in the morning, and let me tell you, it's like starting your day with a little bit of a massage. And even me, who runs a business and has a 5.5-year-old, I can get it done. You don't need to take a whole lot of time. In fact, I don't do like the whole gua sha routine for my face, but doing my jaw, it just lifts everything, tightens everything. And I had noticed about like 6 or 8 months ago, I was like, I feel like that lower portion of my face is starting to just not look the way that I want it to. But now since I've gotten that, I'm getting so many compliments on my skin, and I can see the difference. It just looks tighter, it looks more lifted, it looks more defined, and that's what we all want. So everything that I'm talking about today, I will leave linked down below in the description. And I'll also leave everything that I'm talking about today pinned in the first comment for ease of you getting any of these products if you want to try them out too. And if you want me to do a whole video about gua sha, because it is like my new thing, and it's really like what I just feel my skin, my face, my jaw, my tension really needs right now, let me know, because I'm happy to do a real time walking you through exactly what I do, because there's a lot of things out there, but I feel like I only want to do the things that actually work. And let me tell you, it's crazy. It's like someone just kind of lifts your face up and you're like, oh, that's different. Okay, so I have been using my Sleep and Glow pillow now for about 9 months, and let me tell you, I feel like it's just something I will never live without ever again. It has made such a difference in my life. Not only am I having better sleep, but it is also reducing the appearance of wrinkles. It's making my neck feel less tense, and I feel the difference so much when I travel and I don't have my Sleep and Glow pillow. You know, I was just in London, and man, when I woke up in the morning, I was like, every day I have like a puffy face or puffy eyes. That never happens with my Sleep and Glow pillow. This is like game changer, so good. And if you've been here for a while, you've heard me talk about my love for the Sleep and Glow pillow, but they have created a new pillowcase. Get this, guys. It's infused with hyaluronic acid. Hyaluronic acid is like the MVP when it comes to your skin, with moisture, with creating plumpness. This is so, so good. I was so excited. I was like, get me the hyaluronic pillowcase. So while you're sleeping, it's actually releasing hyaluronic acid into your skin. It's kind of like skincare while you sleep. Genius. But what I really love about the Sleep and Glow pillow is the design of it is just really like chef's kiss. It actually has these little cradles. So it's almost like your head is just floating in space there. I mean, it's amazing. Normal pillows, they kind of like squish you up on your face, and look at that. Like, that's a whole bunch of wrinkles. You get those nasolabial, you get the crow's feet. Like, none of us want that, right? So with the Sleep and Glow pillow, you are in the perfect position so that you don't get any of those sleep wrinkles. And in fact, it is the only clinically tested pillow that has been proven to reduce the appearance of wrinkles by up to 67% in just 3 months. Think about that. That's bananas. And I can personally say that I have totally experienced a difference in, like I said, my skin. I don't wake up puffy. I don't wake up with that fluid retention. And with the hyaluronic acid infused pillowcase, it is like you are dewy, and you really can feel and see the difference. You have more of a glow, more of a plumpness in your skin. And who doesn't love that? So if you're like me and you want your sleep to work for you rather than against you, definitely check out Sleep and Glow. I've got a code for you. Use the code Tracy15. And that will give you $15 off your Sleep and Glow pillow. I'm telling you, get the Omnia with a hyaluronic infused pillowcase. Genius. And you'll also get 10% off anything else that you order on Sleep and Glow. Beauty for me is so much more than just about my appearance, but if you're like me, I consider beauty like, how do I feel? Do I have energy? Do I feel lethargic? Like, how am I being? How am I showing up in the world? You've probably heard me talk about this one before, but it totally bears repeating. MTE. MTE stands for more than energy, and it really is, you know, a supplement, a super supplement. For me, it's just like my holy grail. Like, I do not start a day without my MTE. So MTE is actually based in saffron, and there is crazy research that has recently been done about the benefits of saffron, but specifically for menopausal or perimenopausal women. Here's why I love it. It makes me feel so good. Yes, it gives me energy. No, it doesn't make me feel jittery at all, but it also gives me this crazy laser-like focus. It's insane. Like, I just feel like I can get everything done. And when we're talking about a beauty hack, like, that's really it, right? Because when you feel overwhelmed, when you feel stressed out, when you feel like, you know, life is just like too much to handle, you're not gonna look good. We've all been there, right? But when you are like, okay, my life is full, but like, I got this. That's what MTE does for me. So of all the supplements that I take, if you were gonna take one and pull it out of my cold, dead hands, MTE is the one that I'd be like, no, please, please let me keep it. So definitely check out MTE, and you've gotta let me know in the comments when you do. I'm telling you, I get messages almost on a daily of people being like, thank you so much. That totally changed my life. Okay, so I'm extra, and I'm not saying you have to be extra too, but energy for me is everything, and I love testing things and finding out what's gonna really make me feel optimal. And I'm telling you, I feel like I've really found it, and it's like the 1-2 punch. So I start my day if I've already had my workout. So I've already done my workout, my like 5:45 wake up, which is not my friend, but I've been using amino acids. OMG, what a difference. I'm telling you, it helps me with my energy, it helps with metabolism, it helps with recovery, and I just feel like a whole new woman. So the brand that I've been using is Kion. They graciously sent them to me to test out, and I was like, oh, I'll test them out, let me see. So of course, I tried them out for a couple of weeks and I was like, whoa, like I just feel like after my workout, I don't feel depleted. I feel like I've got more energy. And like I said, I can just see like a little bit more of an increase in my muscle tone. It's really, really key. And especially for menopausal women, this is so crucially important because rest and recovery are essential for us. Amino acids help maintain your muscle, boost energy, support your collagen production, and even can help your mood. Well, let me ask you, is that what every woman that is over 40 absolutely needs? And I know this is a beauty related video, but again, if we don't feel good, we don't look good. And if you want to have a better mood and a better metabolism, which is going to make your body look leaner, look stronger, and look like, you know, a fitter version of you, this is kind of like a little cheat sheet in my opinion. Plus they aid in recovery and promote healthy skin and even support better sleep. It's like a little powerhouse in one packet. So like I said, workout mornings, if like I start my day with a workout immediately, I do the Kion aminos and then I do my MTE after. And here's also why I like that. Let me show you. This is my little glass water bottle. This is about 2 glasses of water, give or take. It might be like 2.5, all right? So I know that I'm gonna drink a full one of these and then I'm gonna drink another one. So I'm also starting my day really well hydrated, having at least 4 glasses of water, usually before 10 a.m., which for me, that's a huge, huge win. So that's also a key. And also she's cute, right? I'm not a Stanley girl, I'm sorry. I'm a cute little glass water bottle girl. I have been talking about my chapped lips for literally like a decade on YouTube. I just get dry lips. I have to talk a lot. You know, I wear, you know, longer lasting lipstick formulas and sometimes I can really dry out my lips. And even I've just noticed like since being in menopause, my lips tend to be a little bit more dry, a little bit more chapped. But when I was in New York the last time, my friend Sarani, thank you Sarani, she got me this Etude. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. It's a Korean lip mask. No, it's not the Laneige because that for me is too light. It doesn't really do anything. This is thick. It's super thick. It says it's a ginger sugar lip scrub, I think it says, but it's not a scrub. It's really thick. It's so emollient. I mean, it is major. But even on the driest, the most cracked, the most like horrible looking lips, which let me tell you, I have been there a million times. I put this on and I just slather it on. You will wake up in the morning and not only is it still sort of on your lips, which is protecting your lips, but you do feel that moisture. And then if you use in the morning a little, you know, microfiber cloth or something, it just sloughs off any other dead, you know, flaky, cracked skin, and it just makes your lips look so much more full. But I also just love how it makes me feel. Oh, and by the way, it's like $10, give or take, right? Because Amazon changes prices on Amazon. I was so happy that I found it on Amazon because, you know, if you're like me, I'm like, just add to cart, let me get it really quickly. So you have got to try this out. Also, fun fact, if you ever get a cold and you get that redness and that dryness, put it on any of those like, you know, dry patches, things like that, because that's gonna, especially at this age, it's gonna, you know, your makeup, it's gonna really cake on that and we don't want that. So you can do that at night and you kind of slather it and you are gonna wake up and be like, cold, what cold? So one thing I've really started to implement is, again, having like my sleep really work for me. And that is doing my little tan contour routine at night. This might sound complicated, it's actually totally not. So I have been a huge, huge fan. I've talked about it 80 bajillion times on my channel, the Beauty by Earth Self Tanner. I'll also link that, but the product that I'm talking about today is the Beauty by Earth Face Self Tanner. So here's exactly how I do it. I put a little bit on the back of my hand. I use a dry beauty blender. It doesn't have color in it. So I know you probably have seen TikToks where people use more like toxic ingredient self tanners, and I don't like doing that. I like Beauty by Earth because it's a bit cleaner. So what I do is I put it super, super high on my cheekbones, okay? Like way up here. Don't put it down here. That's gonna drag your face down, and at 50 years old, no thank you. So I do it really high up here, even into my hairline. I do it on my forehead. I don't do it on the temples. Why? I don't want to sink that part of my face in anymore. So I only, bronze up like this part of my face. Then I take a little bit and I do it underneath my chin and bring it down here. You're just kind of pat, 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 bringing it in here. And then I might take the pointy end of the beauty blender with just a little bit of it, and I sometimes will do a little bit of bronze on my crease in my eyelids, or even just like a slight wash there. I don't always do that one. You could also do the tip and do a little subtle contour on your lips. I've done it before. Obviously be careful, stay close to your lips. It does give you the appearance of slightly fuller lips, but for me, I'm like, I'd rather just use lip liner because it's easier and I don't have to worry about it at all. But I'm telling you, when you do that, you just wake up in the morning, you're like, I'm sorry, nobody can tell me nothing, because you look tan, you look glowy, and just a little bit of bronze look on your skin is gonna hide some imperfections and just make you look like a prettier version of you. And I'm telling you, at 50 years old, it's nice to wake up and like what you see in the mirror, right? Before we go on, I just want to say a huge, huge thank you for you being here. This community that we're building, it truly, truly means everything. If you haven't already, click on that subscribe button and leave me a comment. Let me know that you're new to my community so that we can welcome you in. For everybody, if this video is helpful for you, give the video a big thumbs up and tap on that bell notification so you always know when I have a brand new video that goes live. This one's super new for me, but I was like, I just have to share it with my girls because, oh my goodness. I've talked about the fact that I used to be a dancer. My feet are not the best, right? So when you're dancing, and we called it modern back in the day, they call it contemporary now. Basically, it means you're not wearing shoes. You don't wear ballet shoes, right? You're just pointing your feet. You got your like little biscuits dancing on the floor. So what happens? You get crazy calluses on your feet. You need those calluses so that you can do all your turns and all your things and not have cracked feet. But when you're 50 years old and you haven't taken a dance class in like 20 years, what are you left with? Crusty old biscuits. Nobody wants that. So I found this product recently. It's called Flirty Feet, and I'm always looking for ways just to make me feel a little bit more confident about my feet, because I live in Miami. We go to the beach all the time, and it's quite honestly kind of embarrassing to have crusty looking cracked heels. So this is so easy. You just spray it on your feet, you let it dry, and then you slough it off. It's incredible. It's amazing. So it's just kind of like an exfoliant, like a deep exfoliant for your feet. I'm always afraid to try those ones where your entire foot peels off, because again, I live in Miami. I don't wear a lot of closed toe shoes, or it's not like we're wearing boots and socks and things like that here. So I don't really want to be like a lizard, leaving a trail of skin behind me. This is just so much quicker, it's easier, and it gives you that deep exfoliation and really, really helps your cracked heels. I'm telling you, the reviews on this are awesome, and the before and afters on the website are it's pretty crazy. So I love this. I just started using this, but I just had to include it. At 50, it's all a little bit of smoke and mirror. And so notice how I'm moving my body here. Do you see anything? Okay. One thing I cannot live without, and I do it literally every day, is body highlighter. It's game changer, game changer. And you do not have to be a celebrity to do this. Everyone can do this, okay? So there's a couple ways you can do it. I personally, I'm a very non-endowed gal. I love bringing light up by my face. That's always gonna make us look brighter, make us look, glowier, more youthful, just like all the things, right? But it also highlights your beautiful collarbones, gives you a little, shimmer on the shoulder. So here's how I like to do it. I like to put a little bit of highlighter on my shoulder. I keep doing this because I have one with a brush, or on my collarbones here. I don't put it all over my chest, just on the collarbones and on the shoulders. That's what I did today. That's why, as I'm moving here, you can see it's got that little bit of a glow, it's really nice. It's super natural, all right? So I have a couple different products that I like to use, but I'm telling you, I really think that body highlighters are just such a game changer for us. I mean, so here's how I like to do it. Supergoop Glow Screen, easy peasy. It's a lotion. So if you want to put it on, it'll give you highlight all over. You could also specifically do it on that collarbone area or even just on your legs to give you that little bit of a shimmer. I also was sent the Jouer, I forget what it's called. Hang on, let me tell you. Okay, it's the Jouer Molten Glow Powder Highlighter. That's what I have on today. This is glittery, like no bones about it. It's very, very glittery, but I keep this now in my closet. You know, I'm lucky I have a walk-in closet with like a mirror, you know, it's like a whole thing. And so I kind of use it as sort of like my last step. And it just makes it easier. Again, habit stacking, right? So like I'm getting dressed and then based on the outfit, do I want to do a little highlighter? Do this on your legs. Let's face it, okay? I'm 50 years old, even being a dancer, even being a fitness person, gravity starts hitting, right? And it's like sometimes I just want to take my thighs and just lift them up because I don't really have cellulite on the front of my thighs, but what I do have is some gravity. It's just not as like lifted as it used to be. Smoke and mirrors. I'll put a little bit of this on like the front of my shins or even just like above my knees, and it just reflects that light. So for me, it just is like that little extra confidence boost. And I have decided, let me put this down because I have a bone to pick. I am 50 years old. I've hated my legs for most of my life because I always would say, especially when I was younger, oh, I have watermelon thighs, I have big thighs, I'm thick. Like I had all these names for myself. Now that I'm 50, I'm like, you know what? Today is the best your legs are ever going to look. I don't care if you're 35 years old watching this. This is the best they're ever going to look. So why am I not going to enjoy them? So I now am wearing lots of, not, you know, inappropriate, but I'm wearing short skirts. I'm showing my knees. Why? Why the heck not, right? Life is now. Now, I'm not saying everyone has to do that, but I'm like, you know what? I exercise, I work out all the time. I'm a former dancer. I have muscles. Like, why would I not want to show, you know, my legs? Or why would I not want to wear a cute dress just because it's not like a midi or a maxi length dress? So here's just a little reminder for you. However you feel most confident, dress like that. And, you know, a little smoke, a little mirror, a little highlighter, never hurt anyone. So face taping has been around probably since like the 1920s, maybe even earlier. And that's where like the old stars from Hollywood, like many, many years ago, how they would kind of create their own sort of natural Botox. And while I think that's great, I've got something that I've been doing that I think is way better. And that is using scar tape on any fine lines and wrinkles. So here's what I like to do. You get a roll, it's like literally like 10 bucks, super, super inexpensive. You can cut it to your liking, okay? Depending on where you're going to put it. So I have like thin, about 1/2 inch size pieces of tape, and then I'll just do a very slight little lift here, and then I'll place it gently on that little wrinkle there. Now, I do this as like the final step, meaning I've done my skincare. This is literally the very last thing. Someone asked me recently, what's in the tape? What's the ingredients? It's nothing but medical grade silicone. Here's why I know this works. If you have a C-section, I had a C-section, what do they have you put on? Scar tape. Why? Seals in moisture, all right? I had a hand surgery like about 1.5 years ago, and my scar is like practically imperceptible. Why? Because the woman who was the surgeon said, put this little scar tape on, and in this case, because it was my hand, it was like a scar patch, but it's the same thing, just medical grade silicone. She's like, keep it on, like sleep with it, wear it, you know, as much as you can. She was like, that's gonna really make the scar like imperceptible. That is also helpful with fine lines and wrinkles because think about it, you're sealing in the moisture. So I do it here and then I'll do one, I'll just kind of smooth my, you know, eyebrows a little bit and I'll put it here because I have like a very stubborn 11 that even Botox doesn't want to help. It's incredible. Like you can also do it around like your eyes. I don't mind my eyes. I have some eye wrinkles, but again, I'm 50 years old, like who cares? But you know, if you want to do your eyes, you can do that as well. You could even do your neck. I mean, it's pretty incredible. So you got to try this out for yourself. And like I said, remember, this is the final step. Are you going to look a little bit horrific? Yes. Do I do it every single night? No, I don't. But just like with the body highlighter, I keep it in my closet. And I keep it in there because I've already done my skincare, and like when I'm putting on my pajamas, or like I keep like medication that I take at night in my closet. So then it's like, oh, okay, I'm gonna do it. So I do it almost like every other night. Apologies to my husband, apologies to your partners. If you've got a partner in your life, you're gonna look a little bit cray-cray, but you know what? It's worth it to wake up in the morning feeling gorge. Okay, let's get into a couple nutrition things. And again, when we're eating good food, we're gonna look better, and these, in my opinion, are beauty habits. Okay. Sorry, for vegans, just skip this part, okay? I'm totally serious, you're not gonna like this. But if you're not a vegan, I have been using a protein powder for like the last, I don't know, maybe 5 months that I am obsessed with. Not only is it delicious, there's like super, super minimal ingredients, no gums, no fillers, no crap in it. It's made out of beef. Yeah, you heard me, it's beef, okay? It's the Equip protein. I love the chocolate. It is rich and it has natural collagen in it, so that's also going to just make you look better. Super, super high in protein, 20 grams of protein for 1 scoop. Plant-based proteins, usually you have to do 2 scoops of protein to get those 20 grams. This is just 1 scoop, 20 grams of protein. Even my 5.5-year-old kid, she loves this. So if I make a little smoothie and I just put like 1 date in there to sweeten it up for her, she goes bananas for it. And I also love that the ingredients are so simple. It's literally beef, a little bit of stevia, and cacao. That's it, which we absolutely love. Now I know some of you are gonna check it out and be like, oh man, is it a little bit pricier for a protein powder? Yes, but think about it. You're not getting a bunch of crap in it as far as ingredients go. And I mean, that bag that I've had, it's lasted me for about 5 months, and I have smoothies on a fairly regular basis. So you can also cook or bake with it, which is great, but my favorite way of using it is for a smoothie. It keeps me full, it gives me that natural collagen, which we love, and also, especially at 50 years old, I need to keep my muscle tone. So I love knowing that I can make a smoothie and get those like 20 grams of protein so easily and just start my day really on that right foot. Okay, here's another one that is, I never thought I would be this girl. So probably like 2 years ago, I tried one of those like meat sticks that you see at like Whole Foods, and I thought it was the most disgusting thing ever. I was like, I don't understand. I don't get why people like these. But then I tried out like a grocery recipe type service, and they put in a turkey, and it was like a cilantro lime flavored turkey meat stick. I think I'm addicted to them. They're so good. I love the cilantro lime flavor. I also love the buffalo chicken. You can get them at Whole Foods. You might be able to get them on Amazon too. Like I said, I'll leave it linked down below. I cannot remember the name of the brand off the top of my head, but even again, my daughter likes these. Now, she doesn't like the buffalo flavor. That's a little bit spicy, but she does like the cilantro lime. And then I also have found shorter ones that are just about like, I don't know, what is that, like 3 inches? So that's the perfect size for her. And again, it's giving her a little bit of protein. It's not a sweet flavor. I just really, especially with my child, it's such a battle, like getting your kid to not want sugar, 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 sugar. And I was totally like that when I was a kid. So I'm very like conscious about it. But also in this day and age, it's always like, there's a treat at school. It's a cupcake. Oh, we're doing snow cones. We're doing icy. Oh, it's ice cream day. Like it's a lot. So I talk to her about it and say, you know, when we eat too much sugar, we get a tummy ache. We don't feel good. It's not good for our bodies. So I don't restrict her in any sort of way, but that's also, I think, because even at this young age, I explained to her about nutrition. That's really helpful. So great for our little ones, but also great for us, just like grab and go. The full size, like adult size version, it's about 10 grams. I think it's like 10 grams of protein for 1 stick. So that's great. So instead of having a bar or something that has more of a sweet profile, I love doing this like during the middle of the day when I just need something, but it's not a mealtime yet. And the more protein we eat, the more muscles we have, and the more youthful we feel. Protein is what builds a body. So protein is really key, especially for those of us over 40. I'm gonna keep this one really brief. I don't sleep well. I need all the help I can get. The Mary Ruth's Extra Strength Liquid Nighttime Magnesium. The flavor is lemon lime. It tastes sort of like a really weird sort of lemonade. It's sort of thick. I don't care. It works. This just gives me such good, restful sleep. And most women over the age of 40 are deficient in magnesium. So you definitely want to add this to your arsenal. And if you're a person like me that doesn't sleep really well, add it to cart. And finally, you know, we cannot talk about beauty habits over 50 that have changed our life without talking about a weighted vest. If you don't already have a weighted vest, this is your sign to get one now. It's a game changer. The one that I use is 8 pounds. I was talking to a friend of mine who's a few years older than me, and she uses a 12-pound one. I like to use the 8 because, like I said, in the past, I've had a lot of neck and sort of spine issues, and I don't want to put too much pressure or compression on my spine. And think about it, it's like sort of walking with a heavy backpack. What a difference it makes. Just like a regular morning walk, I will feel the work more. I feel that my legs have worked more. I will also kind of gild the lily, and I put on little wrist weights so that I'm getting like just extra. But again, you're getting that sort of daily activity, but making it a little bit more of a resistance training exercise by having the weighted vest. It's helpful for your posture. And again, when we have more muscle tone, we just by nature have less fat. And this is really, really important, especially in menopause or perimenopause, to make sure that we're not having that accelerated muscle decline that happens naturally. Also, our bone health is really important. So having extra resistance, having that weight on your spine, it helps to support your bones and make sure that you don't have that bone loss as you get older. So that was a lot, but you know what? At this point, ladies, it does take a village. We have to do all the things, but you are worth it and we are worth it. So I want to hear from you. What's something new that you are going to implement? And if I missed anything, let me know in the comments. I love being the guinea pig, trying all the things, and then sharing my favorites with you. So if you want to keep hanging with me here on YouTube, check out this video next. I'll see you there.